Well, the debate over a second stimulus check continues, with many lawmakers in favor of one. So tonight, Mark Hensley, the Associate State Director for AARP, the North Carolina Triad Region, is here to answer any questions about the stimulus checks that you might have. So how do you get those questions to us? Well, text them to us. The number is 336-379-5775. Mark will be here until 6 tonight just to answer your questions. Now remember, only text those questions. You can't call them in. So Mark will jump right in here with the latest on the possibility of a second round of stimulus checks. What do you know?
So I have good news. The good news is that the Senate proposal is mirroring the first proposal in the CARES Act to give $1,200 to any American who has an adjusted gross income of $75,000 or less. And the tiers for income and the payment amount is exactly the same as it was in the first stimulus. So it's looking very good, but there are other components of this plan that's not so favorable to Americans.
So it would be much easier, I'm assuming, to understand who gets what if it was just the same as last time, Mark, but we're not sure what that's going to look like just yet. We are getting some questions in already. Someone says, when it comes to that second stimulus check, do I need to fill out the non-taxpayer form again, like I did for my first check, or will it automatically send me a check since I already received one the first time?
So that's a really great question. And even though we know some, we don't know everything. Everything I've read has said check. You know that payments went out in direct deposit, they went out by check and by debit card. The only thing I'm seeing now is the word check. So I'm assuming that's going to be the only way to make payment. But we still don't have quite all the details, except they are now going on the 2019 income tax form that's been filed. You know, the deadline was July the 15th. So everybody should have gotten in their 2019 income tax, and that is what the stimulus payment is going to be based on. I'm assuming if there was another method to notify the IRS that you're going to have to do the same thing, but we're still waiting on those details.
Someone writes in, Mark, I earn just in $40,000 a year. My wife earns less than $50,000 a year. No one else lives in our household. Are we both eligible for a $1,200 check?
So, yeah, absolutely. So the income for a married filing joint couple actually goes up to $150,000. That's adjusted gross income. So that's after taxes. So they would expect another $2,400 payment. Also, a big change is dependents. The Senate proposal is a little different in the fact that it says any dependent of any age is eligible for a $500 payment. So that would include college students and also senior citizens living with their adult children.
Yeah, that was a question we got a lot last time about that first round.